What's up everybody, welcome back to another top 5 list. Today we're going to go over taxis. Taxis have been a term since the game's inception. The basic definition in the game is a figure whose sole purpose is to carry an attacker or team into combat. Throughout the years, the term has added layers of meaning, especially with the creation of character cards and subsequently vehicles. Today's definition is basically the same, but now players look for cheap carriers who move very far and can carry more than one character. In Bronze Age, the amount of these taxis is of course more abundant. Today we will be looking at the top 5 taxis in Bronze Age. Let's start with honorable mentions. Lila Cheney and Voyager. These didn't quite make the cut, but these are clearly two of the best, save for one major thing that sets them back. They can only carry characters that share a keyword or must be a part of a theme team. Nonetheless, you won't find many better than these two, save for those two restrictions. Lila Cheney must be a part of a New Mutants or X-Men theme team, but if she is, she has Passenger 4. For a 25-point figure that has phasing teleport with a 14 movement, there isn't a better deal, and she has the X-Men team ability to boot. Voyager is an upgraded version of Lila to some extent. For only 25 points more, you get quite a lot. She will start out with either Outwit or Perplex, depending on if they have extra game elements, and she has a great movement value of 14. 15 with the Avengers team ability. She also has the restriction of being able to only carry characters she shares keywords with, and it is only Passenger 3, but she also has a great TK power, as well as the Power Cosmic team ability. That means Willpower and Safeguard Outwit, which is much needed on a taxi. Number 5, Kiteman, from Harley Quinn and Gotham Girls. The cheapest taxi in Bronze. He doesn't have a very useful keyword, but a mere 15 points gets you a flyer with Passenger 2 and a respectable 10 movement ESD, 4 clicks of life, and the Batman enemy team ability. Hell yeah! Number 4, Teen Lantern from the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary set. A newcomer to the taxi scene, we will only be looking at her 30-point dial, since 75 points is a bit high for a role of a taxi. The Green Lantern Corps team ability immediately puts her higher than almost all other taxis, since she can carry 8 characters. Great support powers for a taxi with the PD team ability and the all-important prob and barrier for protection. She can even make one square for free and can use prob as if she occupied that square. The main thing that drops her down is her low movement of only 7. Couple that with only 3 clicks of life and you can see why she isn't higher. However, at only 30 points, she does bring a lot to the table for a taxi. Number 3, Rennet Tilly, TMNT2. At 55 points, Rennet Tilly is at the very upper limits of a taxi. However, she is the only one on this list that can double as a secondary attacker or tertiary attacker, with Pen Blast and Charge BCF later in the dial. She has great movement with 12, with phasing teleport, but now she also adds Sidestep. That's essentially 14 squares on Sidestep, which is very much needed for a taxi. She has Passenger 4, which is excellent, and she has Prob, which is another great support power. She also has a special prob power that allows her to use it regardless of range and line of fire later in the dial. At 5 clicks of life and ESD and super senses later on, she does have some defensive capabilities. Future and past keywords means she plays well with Latvian teams. The point cost is what is keeping her from breaking into the top 2. Number 2, Overdrive from Superior Foes of Spider-Man. My personal favorite on the list. Of course, we are talking more about the charged up vehicle bystander that he makes, but nonetheless, it has Passenger 4, which is on par with the very best. The point value is perfect at 35. High movement at 11 with Sidestep makes it even better. 18 defense with toughness is the best pure defense you'll get from a taxi on the list. And having access to Empower for your close combat attackers makes this just one of the best. What's great about this is if it does get KO'd, Overdrive pops out and he can just make another one. The vehicle is 0 points, so they won't score it either. The main thing that keeps Overdrive from taking the top spot is that it requires you to turn an object into a vehicle. This means that you can't fully play 3 special objects since you'll want a generic object for Overdrive to turn into charged up. This also means that if your opponent has any way to disrupt your objects on the first turn, you're basically SOL. Otherwise, Overdrive is hard to beat in the taxi department, besides the fact that he is the only taxi who actually makes a vehicle. Number 1, Chip from the Wonder Woman 80th anniversary set. This new figure has made many a splash in modern age, and has impacted Bronze as well, with an animal team winning a big Bronze Age limited event. Chip has all the best things that you'd want from each of the above candidates. Passenger 8, sidestep, support powers like TK Prob, and a low cost of 35 points. He can also make a construct for more protection like the Catcher's Mitt, which gives adjacent friendlies ESD. Back-end outwit is just the icing on the cake. The only complaint I would have is his 8 movement, but with sidestep, it's a solid 10. That's it, guys. Hope you liked the top 5. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Until next time, remember, only bad players blame the dice.